the lectures, and actually, as you might have seen at my YouTube channel, everything will be uploaded to YouTube to let the students who had to miss some lecture to see it again. So, let me introduce myself. My name, as you might know, Pavlo Brin. I am a professor of the Department of Management and Taxation. For somebody, this department is like motherland, but for somebody else, for some other students, is not your department. You are from other department, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so in English it will be absolutely okay if you address me Professor Brin, Professor Pavlo, dear Pavlo, without my father's name, it's okay. In Russian or in Ukrainian not, but in English it's completely okay if you address me dear Pavlo, for example, in some letters or something like this. We will try to communicate only in English, but I understand that somebody it is difficult for somebody maybe to ask some questions. So as far as you are at our English-speaking program, so I will try to communicate with you only in English, but if you have some inconveniences, if you have some troubles, so you are welcome to ask me in Russian or in Ukrainian. Regarding, let's begin not with a lecture, but with some organizational questions. So, as you asked to organize everything in Microsoft Teams, let it be. For me, it will be very interesting experience. Actually, I told you that it is very important what is your first feeling, and my first feeling regarding Microsoft Teams was very good, because I entered the room, our room, and the room was full of students. So let it be, let it be. Occasionally, I had the information that somebody missed the invitation to these lectures. I don't know why. I will try to to find some information about these technical problems, but as it goes from my questionnaire, you voted that almost everybody have got these invitations. So for everybody, for almost everybody, I would say it is okay. So if somebody has some problems, these problems must be connected not with me, but maybe with your email or email box or something like that. So you have to compare your activities with activities of your mates, and maybe in this way you will find some mistake. Okay, so we are meeting every Wednesday at 12:35. Regarding the break, I'm kindly asking you to switch off your microphones during the lecture, but at the end of every lecture it will be a short discussion, so you are welcome to ask me any questions then, but please during the lecture switch off your microphones. Okay, If you have any problems, you also can type here in chat, or if I miss your message here in this chat, for example, occasionally you don't hear me, you want to ask me something, it is possible to write me in our Viber group, because my Viber is on my PC, so it is possible for me to read your messages, even through the lecture. It's completely okay. Okay, very important thing. Okay, I will organize voting regarding the break, because last semester I used Zoom, and as you might know, Zoom has only 40 minutes limit, so it was completely natural for me and for our students to do some break, and I think it's not a bad idea for you not to be tired with our lectures, to make some breaks. Not some, but to make breaks after 45 minutes. But actually, if you are ready for working with me without breaks, okay, actually it's completely possible for you to have your favorite drink during lectures, so it is like positive moments of online education. So I will organize voting in our Viber group, and if somebody has some ideas regarding should we do the break or shouldn't we, so please write, you are welcome. All our communication will be in our Viber chat, so if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. So I put this group in mute mode in my smartphone. So even if you write me in nighttime, it's completely okay. If I don't sleep, I will read it immediately, and if I have a rest, so in this very case I will read it in the morning, but it's completely okay. Regarding the format of our communication, so during the lecture I will present you some information. My presentations, not speaking about today's presentation, because today we will speak about only introduction to management, but from the next presentations, the presentations will be full of the information. So actually it a little bit, maybe a little bit closer to some, like not a book but to a textbook, but it was my idea. So when we meet at the fourth course and at your fifth course, you will see that my presentation will be totally different for a little bit older students. So in my presentations you will have all the information you might need to have 5A grade. You don't need to find any other, you don't have to look for some other books or some other sources of information. Okay, I'm sorry for interrupting. I want to show you two books. Sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, regarding the literature, the basic book for our course is Management. You might see it. Management by Mesken, Albert, and Hidauri. I don't have this book in English in PDF form. I'm really sorry. This very book, I didn't manage to find it. So if somebody finds it, it will be very good situation. So please share this book with me. I mean, in PDF form or in any other electronic version of this book, maybe in Deja-Vu or something like that. But I have this book in Russian, and I have this book in PDF form, so I will upload this book to our common folder. I forgot to tell you that I will create a common folder and I will upload all the presentation and all the literature in this very folder. So you are welcome to find some presentations. You're welcome to find books in this folder. The second book is Strategic Management by Thompson and Strickland, and I also have this book in PDF format, so you can download this book also from our common folder. So in our common folder you will find all the presentations, and this is completely enough for you to have 5A. But if you want to read something more, you are welcome to find some information in these very books. Next. Actually, I like to do something new for me. And this semester, I want to break a system a little bit, and I'd like to try not to use tests. Actually, it is a stress for you, I think. Actually, it's not interesting not only for me, but for all professors. So thereafter, I have a very interesting idea. I think the idea is interesting, but if something goes wrong, so we can return to weekly or monthly tests, because all previous students, for example, previous year, I deliver this course every year. So last students, they had to take some tests. So they had some grades after every test, and this final grade was like the integrated grade after all these small pieces of the course. But this semester, this term, I'd like to a little bit break the system. So I'd like to prepare rather interesting task for you. Okay, please vote now. Who likes fairy tales? Please vote. Nobody? Only one student likes fairy tales. Okay, so I like also. Okay, my idea will be the following. I will set your number of tasks connected with some character, and you will try to explain why some character is a manager. You will try to analyze external and internal environment for these person, or it could be an animal, it could be any character. But let it be like this. If you, because I haven't seen all your hands up, if you don't like, how to say, an art, so you're welcome to prepare all these tasks for an enterprise. It's completely possible. So if a person tells, if a student tells, okay, I don't like fairy tales, I want to think only about business, I want to think only about enterprises, so for all these students I will try to prepare some tasks connected only with enterprises. But every after course I'm organizing some voting regarding what was the most interesting task during semester and something like that. So the most interesting task last year in Management 2 was connected with fairy tales, with characters of fairy tales. Who doesn't know the word character, it means in this context персонаж. Персонаж, сказочный персонаж какой-то. Now I'm only thinking about this way of setting grades, so we will discuss it. Because last time, last semester and before the last semester, it was general structure of the course that every student had to take some tests, and that's all. We and also at the end of our semester, you will have to prepare some short presentation, and you will have to record this presentation, and it will be like your project after Management 2 course. This is my idea for this term. And also, if you manage to prepare all your tasks, so it will be the grade 5A. If you miss, for example, some part of this project, it will be grade 4B, 2 minus 2 tasks, 4C, and and until 3E. But you will discuss this idea. I will discuss this idea with Olesya Nikolaevna Gololobova, and we will decide. Actually, I forgot to tell you that your practices will be organized by Olesya Nikolaevna Gololobova. She is the senior lecturer of our department, so we are working. We have been working together for more than 10 years, so everything will be organized great. I hope. I do hope. What else? If you have any organizational questions, you are welcome to ask me, please.
It's clear.
Okay, if you don't have any questions, so we are if you want to understand what will be like final presentation, you can visit my YouTube channel, and at my YouTube channel you can find the presentation of the 4th course students. Actually, please don't be afraid. Your presentations won't be so complicated, because during the 4th course we are speaking about very serious things. We are calculating a lot, but you know that first of all, it's not interesting for me, and I think it is more interesting and useful for you, not just to tell me, for example, what are the functions of management. Okay, you can say, okay, planning, organizing, motivating, and controlling. And it's not interesting for you just to keep in mind all this information, and it's not useful. It will be much more useful for you if you understand how to use all provided information by me. So the general idea of this project will be the following: that you don't have to repeat the information delivered by me. You don't have to repeat this information, just to repeat. But you have to use this information to prepare your presentation. And you are welcome to visit my channel and to check any presentation. It is the special part at the channel presentations of students. But please don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It won't be so complicated. So complicated. You are only the 2nd year students, so I understand everything. So everything will be okay. Okay. So if you don't have any organizational question regarding our course, so I'm sharing my presentation. I'm sharing my presentation about management course. Actually, it is a little bit strange for me. Actually, it's strange for me. It is possible for you to see my face during the presentation, dear students?
Yeah, yes, we see you.
Okay, okay, like small window, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Because it's not possible to see my face for myself, but it is rather useful to see the person who is speaking, because English is not our native language. That's why it is much more easy to understand the information if you see the lips. Actually, shame on me, by English, I have a certificate that I have C1, but I think British consul decided to provide me with a present. I think my English is not C1 but B2, but actually my English is not very complicated, so it's rather easy for you to understand me, but please don't interrupt me if you see some unknown word. Please use a dictionary to find it, because if I use a word and you don't know it, so it must be some really how to say, like common word. So you also have to know it. But if speaking about some terms, I will definitely provide you with Russian and Ukrainian translation for these terms only if these terms connected with management, some special terms. Okay. So let's begin with management. So during today's lecture, my main purpose is to prepare for you just general vision what is management, and also I'd like to show you the main purposes of our course. Then I'd like to present you outcomes from our course, and also at the end of our today's meeting I'd like to present you the place of our course in all courses of your program, just to make it easier for you to understand why we are meeting at this very course. So, what do you think? What is management? A couple of answers I'd like to hear. No answer, okay. Pavel, you asked us to switch off our microphones and then you are asking us something. Okay, sorry. So, generally,
maybe I can answer for this question. What is management?
Sorry?
Maybe I can answer for this question. What is management?
Okay, great, great.
I have some opinion about management. So, by my opinion, management is a set of principles relating to the different functions. Like, as I know, it is planning, organizing, direction, and controlling.
Okay, great. And I forgot to tell you, it is a little bit different compared with Zoom. First of all, thank you for your answer. And I'd like to ask everybody, if you want to answer my question, or if you want to say something, please tell your name, because I don't know, maybe it is possible for me to organize in some another way, but what I see now, I see only my presentation and that's all. I don't see the face, the screen of the person who is answering. That's why I don't know the name of this person. When delivering in Zoom, if somebody tells something, I see the screen of his or her computer, you know. That's why if you want to tell something, to answer the question, or to just to tell something, please tell us your name, please. Okay, so generally it is a completely correct definition, maybe even more complete than I expected to have, but generally, sorry, really we can say that management is the process of planning, organizing, motivating, and controlling. Generally, when we, as we will discover, we have to create a strategy, we have to create a plan for anything. Now I'm speaking not about only about managers, but now I'm speaking even about some usual processes and things. First of all, we have to create a plan for our activity. Then we have to organize it. When we have to organize, means we have to understand the order of our activities. And for example, if we need somebody's help, so in this case we have to understand who will be asked for this help. Then we have to motivate. It means then we have to think about an incentive for everybody. Incentive means some reward for everybody, and then we have to check our results, and this is controlling function. And actually we will speak a little bit later, not even during the next presentation, as it was discovered by Henri Fayol. All these processes are the functions of management. If we speak about these things not like generally, but if we speak about these things connected with some enterprise, some firm, some company, in this very case, we can say that the management is a process of planning, organizing, motivating, and controlling in order to formulate and attain objectives for some company. And it is another very interesting definition of management provided by Follet. She was French. Actually, you are future managers, and believe me, you will not work with some details. You will work only with people and with information. And to attain, not to attain, but to organize the process of attaining of organizational objectives, you will have to manage another people. So this great definition is the following: getting work done through others. It is another another definition of management: getting work done through other people's, through your subordinates. And we can say that a manager is the person who implements all these functions. And I decided, so if a person uses planning, organizing, motivating, and controlling function within an organization, we can name this person as a manager. Maybe it will be difficult for you to understand the word function in this very context. It sounds strangely maybe for you, but in this very context, a function means only a piece of activity. A piece of activity. So, for example, when I was thinking about a task for you, I used planning function. When I created a group in Viber, I used organizing function. Okay, so it is like piece of activity. When I checked whether it was possible for everybody to connect to our meeting, I used controlling function. And actually, I haven't used motivating function, but I'm trying to use it now when formulating the interesting, as I feel it, the interesting task for you to, how to say, to provide you intrinsic reward for our course. maybe intrinsic is a little bit difficult word for you. So how to say, to help you to do what you like to do within our course. So manager is a person who uses all these four functions. And in our country, it is a little bit strange or even unpleasant situation that people name a manager a salesperson. So some companies are looking for a manager, but actually they are looking for the salesperson, a person who is only calling some people and asking, okay, maybe you want to buy our products of our company or something like that. Okay, this is not a manager. That's why I put two red lines on this person. Dear students, please tell me, do you see my pointer of my mouse?
Yes.
Yeah, we see.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So it is also a little bit different compared with Zoom. So it is possible for me to point something at my screen. So this is not a manager. This is a sales person. And we won't speak about salesperson within this course. We will speak only about managers, the person who will create strategy for a company, who organizes the activity of subordinates, who motivates them and who checks the results of their activity. So it's completely different. And one more very I would say not unpleasant situation, but a little bit maybe different for understanding that manager is not equal to an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur means українською мовою підприємець, російською предприниматель. So manager is a head of a company or a head of some part of the company. We will speak that during our maybe not next, even in a month, when I will present you some short pieces of organizing function. As we will speak that in any company there are three levels of management. Higher level, it is head of the company, like something like a director. Then middle management, some okay, if speaking about, let's speak about our university. We have the high level of management, it's our rector, then middle management, vice rectors and deans, and lowest part of management, head of departments. But all these managers, they all have at least one subordinate. That's why we name all these persons as managers. So, for example, I'm not a manager. I'm only a specialist in this field. But I really was a manager because, as you might know, 2 years ago, I stopped working at the position of vice dean, but before, for 15 years, I was a vice dean of our faculty. But the word entrepreneur is not equal to manager, because an entrepreneur is the person who takes the risk, and entrepreneur is the owner of the business, and in some cases the manager could okay, not the manager, sorry, the entrepreneur can play the role of a manager. So if somebody has his or her own business, he or she in this very case is an entrepreneur and a manager. But in some cases, an entrepreneur could invite some manager to manage their company. And actually, this is rather difficult. This is rather difficult situation for the person I'm speaking about taking risks, and it will be out. This question will be out of our course, but it will be discussed within another course, little bit in within Management 4 and little bit in the course connected with entrepreneurship. Sorry about this little bit difficult for pronunciation word. Oh, in Russian it is предпринимательство. And I'd like to stress that a lot of brilliant ideas, a lot of brilliant dreams were broken, not about because the ideas was really awful or bad, but because of poor management. And within my course, we will not discuss how to create an idea, but we will discuss how, having got an idea, to organize the activity of your company. Something like that. This is the main idea of my course. Actually, it is not one course, but I will present this information in maybe 10 or 15 minutes at the end of our presentation. So these very course objectives are the following. After our course, I want you to be able, first of all, to analyze environment of your company. And we will speak about the analysis, the instrument of analysis of internal environment and external environment. And also we will speak about every firm as an open system, because any company, any open system connects, interrelated and interconnected with like environment, external environment. Then after our course, you will be able to create a strategy of your company. You will understand what is mission as the main objective of the company. We will speak about objectives, and we will speak about some pitfalls of implementing of a strategy of a company. Then we'll speak how to use division of labor, because if you have at least if you have at least two subordinates, you will have to somehow divide labor among them, and we'll speak how to do it effectively. Then we will understand. I understand it, but I will try to explain you, and I think you will be completely agree with me, that every worker thinks only about his or her needs, and the main idea of the manager is to provide some incentive for every worker, and this worker will think about attaining or getting this incentive, this reward, and he or she, for this purpose, works for your company. And then we will speak about how to use controlling function effectively, because nobody likes to be controlled, because people think about control only like keeping a person in line. Just a short story about my friend. My friend had a girlfriend, and this lady usually used to ask him, hello, where are you? Hello, where are you? And for her, it was just, okay, how are you? And for him, it was, it meant that it sounded like she didn't believe him, and she was checking where were these men. So this was a really funny story, but he spoke with her, and she stopped saying this first phrase at the beginning of every phone call. Just right. So during discussing this function of management, we will try to find the most effective way of checking objectives of your company. And also we will speak about the process of decision making, and what is good and what is bad in one moment for you, not bad maybe, but a little bit difficult for you, that within our course there is no like right answer for you, because I mean not for you, but because in management, because during our but in a lecture we will speak about contingency approach, and contingency approach means that contingency, sorry, these words may be a little bit difficult for somebody. Contingency means ситуационный, ситуативный українською мовою. That the instrument could be good for some situation, but it could be the worst for another situation. So we have to analyze, and only then we have to provide the answer. So what does it mean, no right answer? It means that there is no right answer for every situation. So it is like correct answer for some particular situation. And everything, all these things will be discussed within our course. Okay. And just the final part of our introduction, I'd like to present you the general structure of disciplines connected with management. During management 1, you met Olga Nikolaevna Nashokina, and you analyzed organizations. Then in management, during the management 2 and management 3, I marked it with red because we are working at these disciplines, this semester Management 2 and next semester Management 3. We will speak about analyzing of external and internal environment, and we will speak about how to use functions of management. In Management 4, you will meet Elena Viktorovna Prokhorenko, and you will speak about self-management, how to organize the activity of a manager in the most effective way. This information is out of our course, but it is also very important piece of information. So how to organize a day of a manager, how, for example, how not to waste a lot of time on email and something like that. And in Management 5, you will meet Natalia Stanislavovna Krasnokutskaya, the head of our department again. And the Management 5 is performance management. How to evaluate performance of the company. In my course, we will speak how to organize management within a company, and in Management 5 with Natalia Stanislavovna we will speak how, not we but you will speak how to measure the performance of your company, and not only of your company but also performance of the system of management. And during the fourth course we will meet again at strategic management. In this discipline we will speak how to create a strategy of the company in details. In Management 2 and Management 3 we will speak only briefly about it, but you see, the book Strategic Management is really big one. It is possible even to kill with the help of this book. So we will discuss all these things, how to create a strategy for non-diversified company. And in Management of Organization, it is like Strategic Management 2. We will speak about quality management, and we will speak about how to create a corporate strategy for a diversified company. So here is the general picture of all courses connected with management, only connected with management in your curriculum. And now we are at the second step of this ladder. So I'd like to stop our presentation. You see me again, am I right?
Yes.
Now
Yes.
you see now you see not me, but not sorry our presentation, but only I'm asking because it is sorry, it is the first time of using Zoom for delivering lectures. So now I'm ready to answer to all your questions regarding both organizational questions or some questions connected with our subject. Okay, no questions. So, dear students, today I will create a folder. Then I will send you the link to this folder, and in this folder you will find all provided books, electronic versions, and the first lecture, I mean in PPT form. PowerPoint form. Thank you for coming. See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you
You
for
too. Thank you for
lecture.
lecture.
Thank you for the lecture.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
До свидания.